In this lecture, we'll discuss about linear regression. Linear regression is a type of supervised machine learning. As you know, supervised machine learning is a method in which we'll use labeled training data. So your input data will be of the form x comma y, where x is the input data and y is the corresponding label. So the input data or the training data will be of the form x1 y1 x2 y2 etc. So x1 is the input data and y1 is its corresponding label, x2 is the input data and y2 is the corresponding label, and so on. So what is linear regression? So before getting into the definition of linear regression, let's see an example. Let's say you are having a problem, or the task here is to guess the price of a house. So let's say you have the data about 5 houses: house 1 with 1 room, house 2 with 2 rooms, house 3 with 3 rooms, house 4 with 4 rooms, and house 5 with 5 rooms. And you have data about what is the price of this house 1, house 2, house 4, and house 5. You would like to guess the price of house 3. So from this, it is possible to guess the price of the house as 60 lakhs. Why? Because here you can see that each of the addition of one room in a house, here the data, according to the data provided to you, the values were increasing at an order of 20 lakhs per room. So it is 20 lakhs, 40 lakhs, then 60 lakhs, 80 lakhs, and 100 lakhs. So this is the best price or best estimate for this model would be 60 lakhs. The as per the data, or as per the data provided to you, this is the best estimate. That may not be the correct answer, but the best estimate for this model would be it is 60 lakhs. How you are able to guess the price? He plotted the dependent variable and independent variable in x and y axis. X axis the independent variable number of rooms, and in the y axis the dependent variable price. Then you see that these data are lying on a line. So this value you take number 3 and you map it to corresponding y axis. This is the independent variable which we don't have a value. Corresponding to that, what is the independent variable's value in the y axis? You take that will be your model. So this line is your model. By using this line, you are able to guess the price of the house with 3 rooms, house 3. But in reality, the data may be something like this. The data what you have given to you may not be directly associated with, or the data may not be lying on a single line. There may be the data may be somewhere below or above the line like this, maybe due to other factors also. So the data provided to you was for a room with house with 1 room, it is 22 lakhs. For a house with 2 rooms, it is 35 lakhs, and so on. So instead of the data is not now not lying on a line. Then what we'll do is we'll try to find out a line which is as close as that of to all the points. So we'll still can fit a line that goes really close to all the points, that makes very less error, and that point, or that is the point behind linear regression. We would like to find out a line that is as close to all the points, that is really close to all the points, so that makes the less amount of error, and that is what linear regression means. So we have to we have, let's say we have these data points here, so many data points. The general idea is to form a line that is close to all the data points. So whenever there is a new data point, then this line or this model can be used for predicting the, or guessing the value of that new data point. There are numerous amount of applications for linear regression. For example, in order to predict the price of a stock uh, for a future date, for example, to predict the spread of virus in the case of medical field, in order to evaluate the trends and sales, you have, for example, you have spent some amount in lakhs for advertisement. What is the trend of the sales in after spending this much amount for this sort of an advertisement, and so on. Assessment of risk in insurance domain. So insurance or financial domain, what is the assessment for assessing the risk factor? Also you can use linear regression. All in all these cases, what you do is you take you take this data and you try to fit the data with a line that is close to all the data points, that makes the smallest amount of error. Then that is a model now, and that model can be used for predicting the uh, predicting the output for future data points. This is how we do it. We would like to find out a line that is as close to very close to all the data points. So we do it like in linear regression we do it by starting with a random line and finding, for example, for these three data points, you start off with this line and say this is the predicted value, this is the predicted value, and this is the predicted value, but the actual value is this and this. So what is the error? Error is predicted value, actual value minus predicted value, actual value minus predicted value, and this is also actual value minus predicted value. Sum of these errors is the total error for this prediction or for this model. Now you try with different models. For this model the error is increasing. For this model the error is decreasing. For the next model the error is still decreased. So we'll use this model, and this model, let's say this model gives you the best result or the least amount of error, then you can use this model, and that is how linear regression proceeds. So the method just now we have seen is called the gradient descent method. Here, in order to avoid negative distances, that is just by subtracting the actual value and predicted value. So in order to avoid the negative distances problem, we use squared error method, and least squared error method is the method used for finding the regression line. So this method is called gradient descent method. Gradient descent is to just like trying to descend from the mountain. So let's say you are on top of the mountain, and from the mountain you would like to descend higher on top of the mountain, means higher the error is. So it goes on going down, means your error is also decreasing. So at some point your error is minimum, you say that is the most or the valley of the mountain. So you would like to go from the top of the mountain to the valley of the mountain. That is what gradient descent method. This is just an illustration of gradient descent method. Let's see linear regression in a more mathematical perspective. So linear regression or regression analysis is a form of predictive modeling technique which investigates the relationship between a dependent variable and an independent variable. So always you have an independent variable which is plotted in the x-axis and a dependent variable plotted in the y-axis. So a regression shows the change of a dependent variable on a change in the independent variable. So independent variable is, for example, in this case it is in the x-axis and dependent variable is in the y-axis. So this is how for a change in the independent variable, the value changed in the dependent variable. So it is to find out the relationship between a dependent variable and independent variable. That's the formal definition given to linear regression. Uses of regression: it is for determining the strength of predictors. So what is the relationship between the dependent and independent variable? For example, let's say you have the data about the age and income. Age is the independent variable and income is the dependent variable. So you can find out the relationship between age and income. So you will get a regression line, and using that regression line you can do future predictions. So these are the this is to find out the strength of predictors. So the relationship between age and income, something like that. The second use is forecasting an effect. That is, for example, let's say how much additional income can be obtained for spending each 10 lakhs on advertisements. So if you spend 10 lakhs on advertisements, how much additional income can be generated. So by using your previous data, you can forecast this sort of effects by using additional 10 lakhs, then plus 10 lakhs, etc. What should be the, what may be the additional income that can be obtained. That sort of effect forecasting can be done. Trend forecasting or predicting future values, that's what we were discussing about from the beginning. That is to predict the future values. For example, what will be the value of the stock after this many days, what will be the price of bitcoin in the next 6 months after, questions like that can be solved. So these are the uses of regression. That is, one, to determine the strength of predictors, second, to forecast an effect, third, to predict future values. There are different types of regression problems: linear regression, logistic regression, polynomial regression, etc. We will be discussing about logistic regression in the next class. Uh, the difference between linear regression and logistic regression, the basic concept, the difference is that the core concept is, in a linear regression the data is modeled using a straight line. So you have an independent variable and a dependent variable. Here the data is modeled using a straight line, and your model is a straight line in the case of linear regression. Whereas in the case of a logistic regression, your data is modeled using a sigmoid function. So using a sigmoid function, you will be modeling your data, and there you will be trying to fit your data onto in into a, or you will be dividing your data into two parts, and this is not a regression problem, this is a classification problem. So logistic regression is a classification problem. So you will be fitting your data onto a sigmoid function instead of a straight line. In a linear regression, the output is continuous. So output is continuous value, whereas the in a logistic regression the output is a probability value. So it's categorical, so it's a probability value. So linear regression is a regression problem. That is, you will be getting continuous variable. You will be dealing with continuous variables. Logistic regression is a categorical variable, or dealing with categorical variable. That is, you will be dealing with the classes of data. Accuracy can be measured by loss function or R square function, etc. R square method, etc. in the case of linear regression, whereas accuracy of logistic regression can be obtained by accuracy, precision, recall, all this sort of confusion metrics, etc. Now, when to use linear regression? Linear regression can be used for regression problems in order to or even classification problem also. Linear regression can be used, but linear regression is not good for classification problem. Why? Because if you have some n number of data points and you have come up with a regression line, then you say these are the data points that belongs to this class, these are the data points that belongs to the second class. Then if a new data point comes, then you will have to rebuild your model in case of if you are using this method for classification problem. So all for all new data points your model should be rebuilt, so that is going to take more time and computational resources. So that may not be a good idea to use a linear regression method for classification problem. Data quality is an important factor in while using linear regression. Why? Because the data outliers, that is uh, the data point that is sitting at the outlier region will may create uh, problem in the case of linear regression. So if you are having some method to remove these outlier data points, then after applying that only you use linear regression, so that your model will be much better. Computational complexity. Linear regression is a very simple sort of application where it is computationally very effective. It's not computationally complex problem. Comprehensible and transparent. Linear regression can be represented by simple mathematical notations that can be understood by each and everybody. So it is uh, really comprehensible and transparent. So in these situations, you can use linear regression. Now let's try to understand the linear regression problem and the linear regression algorithm. So let's say you have an independent variable and a dependent variable. Independent variable plotted in the x-axis and dependent variable plotted in the y-axis. As the x increases, y also increases. So this is going to be a positive sort of relationship between x and y-axis. So means that this is a positive regression line. This is a case of as x value increases, the y value decreases. So here we will be using a negative regression line. So this line is having positive slope and this line is having negative slope. So altogether, to identify a regression line means you need to identify the slope of the line, so that how the structure of the line or the slope of the line. So the slope of the line, there can be positive slope or negative slope. Positive slope in the sense positive relationship between dependent and independent variable. Negative slope means negative relationship. Line of linear regression shows relationship between independent variable on the x-axis and dependent variable on the y-axis. So there can be positive relationship or negative relationship. Let's try to understand linear regression with the help of some data points. Let's say you put these data points on a plot. So you have some data points plotted in the green as green dots. Your task is to create a regression line that fits best on these data points. So for this set of data points, the it's will not be a best fitting line, but sorry, this line may not be fitting best, but for this set of data points, this is the best fitting line. So plot some data points. So your task is to find out this line. Let's see how this line can be built. So you come up with a line, and this line represents the predicted value for this, and this dot represents the actual value. The red line represents the error. Error in the sense the difference between predicted value and the actual value. So the blue line represents predicted value and green represents the actual value. So blue minus green gives you the error. So this is error 1, this is error 2, this is error 3, and this is error 4, and so on. So combining all these errors, you will get the total error for this entire set of data. You would like to find out the line that is going to give you the minimum amount of error. So you would like to minimize the error in case of linear regression. So in order to find this line, what we have to do is you have to come up with the different lines, different regression line and you need to select the line, the regression line which is giving you the minimum amount of error. So our goal is to reduce the error, the difference between predicted value and the actual value. Let's try to understand linear regression algorithm with the help of an example. Let's say you have this data x is taking values 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Y is taking values for 1 it is 3, for 2 it is 4, for x value 3 it is 2, for y value x value 4 it is 4, and for x value 5 it is 5. Next you plot this on a xy diagram. So you have x axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. On y axis also you have these values. So x equal to 1 means y equal to 3, x equal to 2, y equal to 4, x equal to 3, y equal to 2, x equal to 4, y equal to 4, x equal to 5, y equal to 5. So what we need to identify is we have got this data and we have plotted this data on this x and y axis. Now the regression algorithm, what it does is it finds out the mean of x and mean of y. So mean of x is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 15 divided by 5 equal to 3. So mean of y is 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 5 equal to 3.6. So you identified the mean of x and mean of y. So you plotted that point on the graph. This is the mean point 3 comma x equal to 3 and y equal to 3.6. So this value represents, or this data point represents altogether these 5 data points. So your regression line should go through this, then only you can say that your regression line is actually uh, really close to all the data points. Why? Because this regression or this data point represents all these 5 data points. This is the mean data point of all the 5 data points. So how you find out this data point is you would find out the mean of x and corresponding mean of y. You plotted it in the graph, so you will get this is the mean data point. The next step what we do is we'll try to find out, using this mean data point, we'll try to find out the regression line. This is done like this: x minus x bar, then y minus y bar, the difference between mean and, so this is the line that is going through the mean parallel to x axis. So x minus x bar, this is the actual x and this is the predicted value of x. This is the actual x 2 and this is the predicted value of x, and so on. Sorry, these are y's, these are the x's. So this is the actual x and predicted, etc. So the first value of x is 1, x bar is 3, so 1 minus 3 minus 2, 2 minus 3 minus 1, 3 minus 3 is 0, 4 minus 3 is 1, 5 minus 3 is 2. So this is x minus x bar. Then y minus y bar, y is 3, y bar is 3.6. So 3 minus 3.6 minus 0.6, 4 minus 3.6 is 0.4, 2 minus 3.6 minus 1.6, and so on. So x minus x bar and y minus y bar. Why we are finding all these things is the slope of the regression line is sigma over x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by sigma over x minus x bar the whole square. So this is sigma should be here. So sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar, you got it as 4. Sigma x minus x bar the whole square, you got it as 10. So it is 4 by 10. M is equal to 0.4. So M is the slope of your regression line. So the equation of the line is y equal to mx plus c. The equation of the line y equal to mx plus c. Here you got m is equal to 0.4. You can say that y equal to 0.4 x plus c. And you know one point in this line 3 comma 3.6. So by using that value 3.6 equal to 0.4 into 3 plus 2.4. So 0.4 into 3 plus 2.4 in the sense plus c, so you can get the value of c also. C is equal to 2.4. So 0.4 into 3.6, sorry, 3.6 equal to zero point 0.4 into 2, 0.4 into 3, 0.4 into 3 plus c. So c is equal to 3.6 minus 1.2, so it will be 2.4. So now you got all the values. M is equal to zero point 0.4 and c is equal to 2.4. Then you can find out all these values. That is, what will be the value of 1 equal to y equal to 1 into zero point 0.4 plus 2.4, 2 into zero point 0.4 plus 2.4, 3 into that we already know, 4 into 2.4 plus 4 into zero point 0.4 plus 2.4, 5 into zero point 0.4 plus 2.4. So you get this value, and this is your final regression line. This light green line will be your final regression line that goes through that goes close through all the data points. Okay, so now let's see how to calculate the mean square error. So this is your final regression line, and the final predicted values are plotted using red dots, and your actual values have been plotted using green dots. So calculate the distance between actual to predicted values. So green to red, green to red, and this is the green to red. Then here the error is 0, and here the green to red. So this is how we do it in a computer. We take a regression line, and this regression line we perform the distance, that is distance in the sense mean square error. So mean square error is nothing but using this regression line you find out this error. And this error is minimum, then that line will be selected. So in a computer, the regression problem is done with the help of some number of iterations. For each iteration you will use different values of m and c, or usually will increment or decrement by using a very small step of m and c, and after each iteration we will calculate the error and we will select the minimum error line as the regression line. Now the accuracy of this model is measured by using R squared method. R squared is a statistical measure how close the data are to the fitted regression line. So let's say this is your fitted line, and R square method calculates how close your data are to the fitted line, also known as coefficient of determination or coefficient of multiple determination. In general, high R square value is considered as a good sign of the data, but there are situations where bad R square or a small value to the R square value is also best fit, and a good value or a large value or something like 0.9, 0.95 to the R square value also may not be a best fitting line, giving you a best fitting line. The R square value is calculated like this: distance from distance of actual to mean versus distance of predicted to mean. So yp is the predicted value, y is the actual value, y bar is the mean value. So yp minus y bar whole square, sum of yp minus y bar whole square divided by sum of y minus y bar whole square. So that is your R squared value. So in this case we will try to calculate the R square value. We have x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3, y minus y bar whole square is 0.36, yp minus y bar whole square is 0.64, y minus y bar whole square for 4 is equal to 4 minus 3.6. 4 minus 3.6 is zero point 4 square is 0.16. In this case also it is 0.16, and so on. Sum of y minus y bar square is 5.2. Sum of y minus yp minus y bar whole square is 1.6. So r square is 1.656 by 5.2. So in this case r square value is almost equal to 3. So that is not a good value for r square. Why? Because your data is having high spread. A data point is at this side, a data point is at this side, so fitting a line on this data may not be a good choice. So in this case, for example, if your r square value is somewhere zero point 0.9, then all the data points will be almost very near to your regression line. And if r square value is equal to 1 means your data points are lying on this line itself, regression line itself. So uh, r square value finds how close your data points to the regression line is. So that's about linear regression. We'll see a coding example of linear regression using Python in Google Colab in the next class. Thank you.